my name's Rebecca. I'm a student funding advisor here at the university. This video just talks you through a bit about the funding that you might be entitled to if you're starting a part-time or foundation degree in 2017. Most of the funding for part-time degree study comes from the government, and it's organised through a body called Student Finance England. To qualify for the finance, you need to meet several factors. The first is that you are personally eligible, so that you meet the nationality and residency criteria. The second is that you're studying a certain amount of modules per year on your part-time degree programme. And the final one is that you haven't undertaken any previous study at higher education level before that's equivalent to the level that you're studying now. You can find further details about the eligibility criteria on the gov.uk website that's shown on the slide. So when we talk about previous study, the government will only fund study that is not equivalent or lower than a qualification you have already obtained. So do make sure that you look into the eligibility criteria if you think that this will apply to you. So when it comes to the financial support that's available, the university will be charging tuition fees of £1,540 per 30 credit module in 2017. And for that you can apply to Student Finance England for a tuition fee loan. That loan is non-means tested, so it doesn't matter how much your family earns when they're taking into account your eligibility. That loan is paid directly to us at the university, so you will never see a penny of that money. It's transferred to us at the start of your study. But like all loans, you'll have to pay it back, and those repayments will start once you're earning over £21,000, and we'll look a bit more at repayments in a little while. It's probably worth noting that as a part-time student, you're not currently eligible for any support from the government to help with your living expenses, so it is just help with your tuition fees that you would be entitled to. So how do those repayments work? Well, they'll begin after you've completed your studies or after 4 years, whichever of those comes first, and only when you're earning over £21,000 a year. Those repayments for your student loan will come directly from your salary in the same way that tax and national insurance do. You repay 9p for every pound that you earn over the threshold. So if you start in a graduate job earning £25,000, you'll repay 4,000 times 9p, which equates to about £30 a month. So it's not a massive amount that's coming out of your salary. You can make payments to your loan at any time, so if you come into some money and you choose to pay a bit of your student loan off, you can do so. There are no penalties for that. And if your income does drop below that £21,000 threshold at any point, your repayments will automatically stop, so you're not required to make a repayment until your income is back above that £21,000 limit. A key factor with student loans in comparison to any other form of borrowing that you might access is that after 30 years your loan will be written off in its entirety, regardless of how much you've repaid at that point. So that's something to remember when you're comparing this to anything else, any other form of borrowing that you might take out. This slide just gives you an idea of the example repayments at different salary levels, so you can see how much your repayments might be based on how much your earnings are. And as you can see, it's quite a reasonable amount. It's not over too much to take out of your salary per month, but just remembering that you're chipping away at it over that 30-year period. But like all loans, interest is charged on student loans, and it's based on the Retail Prices Index. So whilst you're studying, interest will be applied to your loan at the point that it's paid. So as soon as that tuition fee loan goes to the university, that's when that interest will start accruing. And it's based on the Retail Prices Index, which is the government measure of inflation, plus 3% whilst you're studying. Once you enter repayment, your interest rate will fluctuate depending on your earnings, so that's just something to be aware of. So that's the loan side of the support to help with your tuition fees. But there is additional grant support for students who have a disability or health-related condition in the form of disabled students' allowances. And these payments are intended to help with any extra costs that you might have as a result of your disability or health condition. You can apply for these alongside your student loan, and we'll talk about how those applications work in a second. But they're quite straightforward to do, and any help that you get will depend on your condition, but also your course intensity and how many modules you're studying per year. But it's also worth mentioning that it's not means tested, so it doesn't depend on your household income. But you can get advice on applying for disabled students' allowances either through the gov.uk/student finance site, or you can speak to the Disability Services team here at Warwick, who can give you some guidance in the application process. So how do you apply for student finance? Well, those applications normally open around April time, and it's all an online procedure now through the gov.uk/student finance site. You complete one application form for the tuition fee loan, and you don't need to have a confirmed place at the university in order to apply for it. So we would always recommend that you apply nice and early for your support. It just then guarantees that it will be sorted in time for if you take up your degree programme in the autumn. But there's no obligation, so you can cancel or amend your application if you need to at any time. To apply for your finance, you'll need information about the course that you're studying and the university, and also you'll need details of your identity. So if you have a current passport, it's really easy to just put those details in online through the application process. But if you don't have access to that, you'll need to supply a copy of your original birth or adoption certificate so Student Finance England can confirm your identity. As part of the process, you'll also need to provide your national insurance number, and this is so the government can take those repayments from your salary once you've completed your course. So that really covers the government side of the help for part-time study. But the university itself does offer a non-repayable fee waiver that can contribute to your tuition fee expenses. To qualify for that support, you'll need to be in receipt of that government tuition fee loan, and also have a partner or spouse or even yourself who is in receipt of a qualifying means tested benefit. And a full list of these benefits is available on our website, www.warwick.ac.uk/WarwickUSB. To apply for our part-time fee waiver, you'll need to fill in an application form, and that will be available on our website from April 2017. You'll also need to provide evidence of your tuition fee loan and also the benefit that you're currently in receipt of. Once you've completed that form and sent that evidence in, we'll be able to assess you, and then we'll write to you and let you know what you qualify for. If you don't happen to qualify for any of that tuition fee support, or you choose to pay your fees yourself, the university accepts payments in instalments across the year or in full at the beginning of your study. So there's details on the Student Finance website about the methods of payment we accept, and also details of that instalment plan as well. So if that does apply to you, it is worth having a look at that. So hopefully that gives you an idea of how the finance works if you're looking at taking a part-time course. Do get in touch with us at Student Funding if you have any questions about how it all works. We're here to help you at the beginning of your study and right through your course. So get in touch with us if you have any questions. Thank you.